just happened? Huh. Am I still streaming? Oh, it just started a new stream? Oh, it did. Okay. Let me see. I guess so. Oh, okay. What the heck? Sorry guys, I don't know what happened. I think my internet just dropped out, so whenever it drops out, it'll cut the stream completely. I wish it wouldn't do that. Well, you guys are awesome. You came back. You at least came back to the next stream. So sorry. I don't know what just happened. It just like Matrix glitch, but it's funny. Crypto Naughty said they shut him down. The alpha was too real. I'd like to think that. But that's funny. That is funny. All right, so okay, I guess it looks like it's fine. All right, so how many people do we have? All right, so cool, guys. If you guys could just do me a favor and smash up the like button again, because then it'll actually push it out, and we can get even this live stream going through the algorithm. But I don't even know, like, what were we talking about? We were talking about the V-shaped recovery. That's what we were talking about. The V-shaped recovery on Bitcoin and the Asian markets opening up and them thinking, okay, let's just send it, guys. Come on, let's send it. Because I think what I'm gathering from the sentiment of the markets on the east side is that they are going to be loosening the grip, and they want to put in stimulus. Like, they want to stimulate the economy. I think they are anticipating something. They're anticipating something with the presidential election. Maybe they know something we don't know. Maybe they know that Trump is going to win, and it's just going to be, bull Valhalla, smash up to crazy run to the upside, and everyone's all happy and hunky-dory. But we have to look at the, obviously, the elephant in the room, which is that might not be the case. It might be the case that Harris wins, and then the market just kind of goes, yeah, because, you don't want it to crash. That would be really bad. That would look really bad for the Democratic Party, and for a Harris win, it wouldn't look good. Why would the market crash? So my thesis, I really believe this. I think, obviously, if you're pro-crypto and pro a lot of other things I can mention, but I'm not going to get all down the rabbit hole trail because I would start getting on the soapbox. But it's just starting to look. It's just it's starting to get a little crazy here. Starting to get a little crazy. Think we'll probably still have a tick to the upside. And if I can find the chart, I hope I still have it up, but we can pull it up really quick. It's the chart that correlates the 4-year cycle of the presidential elections, and let me go to my bookmarks. Do. There it is. Oh yeah, this guy. Okay, check it out. Oh. And guys, sorry if I've been just kind of like my brain, I've like these past 2 days has just been not operating at full swing. I don't know if it ever operates at full swing, but the allergy medicine that I've taken recently does not help. It kind of makes me feel kind of funky. So check this out. Since 2012, after we figure out who's going to become the president of the United States, and we have the first Bitcoin halving that happened in 2012, and then the subsequent one at 2016, and then bull run 2017, bull run right here, you can kind of see a pattern that the market after an election tends to go up. And then afterwards of the green zone, the risk rallies hard after having in the election. Then we go into a bear market. So this is why I don't understand the Robert Kiyosaki statement of a 5K Bitcoin. Like, I know Bitcoin drops, but when it drops, it just goes back into the range of the bear market to get ready for the next leg up when it goes into the 4-year cycle. Because you get basically a 2.5 to almost 3-year bear market, and then you get a 1.5 to 2 years of a bull market. And then at the very last, like 6 months and 3 months of the bull market, of the bull run, is the most violent, as you can see. Right here, from here all the way up, it's just momentum up. From here all the way up, it's just like insane movements to the upside. And then from here, have started a little bit earlier than the election coming up, and then you get that tick going up to the upside. This is even during the COVID. This is even during COVID times. So this is what gives me hope of trading on my thesis, is that, yeah, 100%, I think we're going to have an all-time high before the election happens. We're going to get a kind of we're going to get a run. We're going to get a run, maybe possibly to 80K before the election actually happens. And speaking of the election, according to Polymarket, we are showing a 50%, 57% chance of Trump winning the election, and 42% voting on Harris. So Crypto Naughty says a market crash will eventually happen. Then all those people are going to be like, see, I called it. All right, shout out to Dreams Tank TV. We got Dreams Tank TV. Make sure you guys are smashing up the like button and hitting the subscribe button, dinging the bell. And if you want to become a member of the channel, that would be cool, because then we can actually do members only live streams. Like, we actually debuted this as a members only live stream, and no one showed up. So then we realized that, okay, we kind of have to soft pitch it a little bit more, and that's okay. We have to soft pitch it a little bit more. I thought the same thing. I was like, okay, if Robert Kiyosaki thinks we're going to 5K, then we're going to 100K. I kind of just inversed Robert Kiyosaki. Like, I know he buys Bitcoin, and like he's bullish on crypto, but I don't think he like is in the charts like we are, like studying the Bitcoin halving. It's like, did he probably just, he didn't mention anything about that. Yeah, and Crypto Naughty makes a very good point about the election. Depends, sadly, on the Electoral College. Hopefully they aren't corrupt. Yes, that makes a big difference. We've got the swing states, then we got all the actual delegates of the Electoral College in the swing states, and then you got the whole thing kind of culminating together, and what they eventually end up picking. It's gonna get a little interesting. It's gonna get a little interesting. And sometimes, God, I forget like how all of the mechanisms of an election works, because there is a lot to it. I mean, it's definitely, there's some moving parts and systems that we're not like a master on, but really, I mean, the most important thing is that you just go and vote. That's the most important thing, right? That's the whole basis of the mechanism in America, is that we can vote, and hopefully in fair elections, and then it will make a difference, and that we can get I don't want to say consensus of the people, but maybe that because I don't like the term that the Democrats keeps using as like, we want to build consensus. I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that term. We want to build consensus, like you're a freaking blockchain. Like, I don't know. No, it's like, it's weird. I don't like the term. So I don't know if I want to. I don't want to use that. So yeah, just go freaking vote. Just go vote. I'm not even look, I'm not even telling you who to vote for. I'm just telling you to go vote. Just go vote. I can't tell you who to vote for. I can't do that. Even though you obviously know who I'm voting for at this point. But I can't tell you. I can't tell you who to vote for. All I can do is present my facts and opinions and things that I've kind of gathered over, gathered through Twitter. All jokes aside. I know. Yeah, Crypto Naughty. Trust me, I do too. I have a lot of my friends or acquaintances and people, that are in my circle. They definitely do not like Trump. They do not know about crypto really at all. And they probably are on that train of they don't want to say too much because they don't want to offend certain groups or things like that, or be canceled. Or they're just like hardcore. They're just like, they have the Trump derangement syndrome.
What does the Wall Street Journal know? I'm meeting with them tomorrow. What does the Wall Street Journal know? They've been wrong about everything. So have you, by the way. You've been wrong about
You're trying to turn this. You've
been wrong.
No, you're trying to turn this into debate. There are business people. There are business
you're wrong.
people.
You've been wrong all your life on this stuff. What does the Wall Street Journal know? I'm meeting with them tomorrow.
Oh man, if you guys watched the Trump podcast with Andrew Schultz on Flagrant? Holy moly. I've thought about it. I've thought about a lot of the elections that we've had, and I think most of them have been rigged and people have just been placed in power. But I think there's been one election where that actually, where that didn't work. And I think it was the Trump election. I think the system truly thought that they had it in the bag. I really think that. Think about it, guys. Like, you have to think about this. All during that time, you got to remember when you even spoke about Trump. I remember being in my friends' circles and being out in the bars and being out, drinking with people. And they would be talking about Trump as almost like if they were waiting and baiting you to then say that you weren't going to vote for Hillary or that you were going to support Trump. So then they could attack you all together, coercively, and be trying to literally make you seem like you are a bigot, racist, whatever, like Nazi, just go down the board, and they would just tear you down. I don't know if you experienced it, but I experienced it a few times. And so it was so interesting that all during that time, like, you were thinking to yourself, like, okay, there's no way that Trump's going to win because of the fact of like how people were saying, look, you got to vote for Hillary because look at who is the other choice. So, and I think the system really thought that they had it in the bag. They thought that Hillary was a shoo-in. And so Trump winning and being in for those 4 years, I really don't think they were expecting that. And so I think it was for the first time ever that the people got a foothold on what had been happening over the past 8 years with an Obama presidency. So it's really telling of how they are now reacting with Trump running for president again. Obviously. Spam alert. I don't know. Is there spam? GRT, $10. Fetch is $30. Are you saying GRT is $10? I don't think so. Let's look at those coins right now. Yeah, that's kind of how I think about it. I think about like the swamp, the quote swamp. Like they're just really, really mad that anyone is going to go against their slush funding, their manipulation through proxy wars and just getting their little dirty little greedy hands in every little aspect of our lives so then they can profit off of it. I mean, it's just kind of point blank. That's kind of what's happening. They pose a guise that they're come from a middle class family. They base their turkey just like you do on Thanksgiving. They wrap their presents just like you do. They like to flip the pillow on the cold side just like you do. And they just feel the spirit of America. They flip their pillow to feel that cold side just like you do. I bet Tim Waltz flips his pillow a few times to feel that cold side. I bet you they do. Guys, Bitcoin's going to have to do something. Like I said, Bitcoin's going to have to do something. Let's see what BS numbers are going to be coming out here pretty soon. Retail sales. Building permits. Okay, cool. Don't care. Bitcoin's going to go up. What else is there besides Bitcoin Satoshi Vision and Bitcoin Cash that we could put our money into that's going to help protect us from the inevitable mass inflation of the dollar, them just printing it out of thin air, putting that money printer back on? Amelia said they have someone to flip their pillow for them. They don't flip it. You're probably right. But that's what drives me nuts, is that primarily if you were to look at the Democratic Party and how much money they have compared to the Republicans, it's like quadruple the amount. Not to say that there's not rich people on the Republican side or any kind of libertarians or whatever, you're part of any kind of the conservative movement. It actually, if you really break it down, these Dems, man, they got the money. And they got the money to pay people like John Legend and all these movie stars and to get, Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift to onboard all these young people to brainlessly go to the voting ballot just because Orange Man bad and Orange Man bad, Orange Man bad. And so that's kind of, if you think about it, that's where the money comes from. It actually, funny enough, the money that goes to all of those celebrities comes from you. Did you know that? If you think about it. Think about it. You get cash grabbed, tax grabbed. You get money stolen from you by inflation, by over government spending and government waste. That's how your money is taken away from you. But what they do is they blame you for it, and then they make you pay for it. And so what you end up paying for is the promotion of the literally creating the problem and then being the same person to provide the solution. And so they say, don't be burdened by what has been. Don't be unburdened by what has been, or whatever the hell Kamala says. And they go like this. Ooh, don't look at the past 4 years. It was all Trump, but he wasn't president. It's all Trump's fault. And then they get Julia Roberts and all these people to go, aren't you just so ready to just feel like included and just heard for the first time under a first woman, Black Indian middle class woman president. When are we going to just finally wake up, America? And we need to accept the fact that we need a woman president. We need people advising in our administration like Michelle Big Mike Obama. We have to. We need Big Mike. Where's Oprah when you need her to make sure that she has enough Haitian kids to supply? Now I'm getting way too far. Now I'm going to get banned. Now I'm going to get banned. I might have to cut that part out. That was too far. All right, let's go to the Matrix, where Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu is going to the moon. You can see it in real time if you go to danocrypto.com. You can get the crypto bubbles. You can kind of tell if you just go to the crypto bubbles on the weekly. You go to the monthly. Amelia even said it. She said, please, no woman. They are way too emotional. That's so funny. That's the thing, though. Like, I wouldn't I'm being completely honest. I am not like sexist or anything like that. I do truly, because I mean, like, women are smart. They're freaking smart. They could probably, like, I would say maybe even negotiation deals, a woman could like really do some damage. I mean, really do some damage in a negotiation deal. If you get used to like a sharp woman on that on going into a meeting with Kim Jong-un, I mean, you better watch out. I mean, I mean, Trump apparently did really well with these guys, but I mean, if you had a sharp woman from the streets, you had a sharp woman from the streets going in negotiations, I might pick that one over Trump. But I don't know who would be, guys. If you were to pick a woman to be running for president, who would you pick? Who would you pick? I know a big one is Tulsi Gabbard. I know a lot of people like Tulsi Gabbard. She served in the military. She's done multiple tours in Iraq. I mean, she's legit. Yeah, it's absolutely terrible. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Absolutely atrocious. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good, guys. All right, what is Bitcoin going to, is it going to move? Is it going to move? If you guys want to trade this market, make sure you guys are checking out BITFLEX. Make sure you're checking out BITFLEX. Oh my gosh, Condoleezza Rice. Condoleezza Rice. Condoleezza Rice lied under oath about the 9/11 documents and the 9/11 report. Just unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Condoleezza Rice. Condoleezza Rice. Yeah. Good day, Ozzy. Yeah, get ready for $5,000 Bitcoin. Get ready for a $5,000 Bitcoin. It could be on the cards, according to Robert Kiyosaki. Apparently, he thinks that it does the opposite effect of the Bitcoin halving. He thinks it goes all the way down and crashes 100%. But that's never, ever, ever happened before. And if that were to happen, then it would completely invalidate everyone's TA, even Capo's. I mean, I don't even know if Capo's even that bearish. I mean, imagine. I mean, just imagine. This is where it would go. down here. I guess you'd pull that up on a monthly scale. I mean, you can kind of, if you see it on the monthly, you can see there was a big wick. This big wick from 3,000, we cranked up to 13,000, and then we had a consolidation right back wicking down to 4K, and then from that 4K, we blasted up all the way to $62,000. And then this was in 2021 of the previous bull market, and then we had that double top. And craziness too, if you look at this trend, you draw that trend line right there, it'll go right through. Right through. Whew. I'd love to extend that, just keep going. It's not looking too bad. Oh, and I found this really interesting. So I don't know if you guys have ever listened to anything that Ramit Sethi has done on podcasts. He's the guy that kind of teaches you the language and the vocabulary, and also the steps and mechanisms to just get more fiscally responsible, take control of your finances, learn about debt, learn about the boundaries and certain, rules, regulations, and things like that. Then especially like when it comes to finances, money, and a relationship, and so he's got really good insights. But I like what he proposes as the thing that society tells us that we have to do. Like, okay, you get married, you buy the house, then you have the kid, or whatever it may be as the whatever, or you get a couple credit cards, you go get a car loan, you go to the dealership, and you talk to the car salesman, you get a car. All this bullshit that basically, is society tells you, that then you are basically implemented into the debt catcher net of debt and interest, and basically you being used as a pawn to make other people money. And so ultimately you have to figure out that that's the game that's played, and you have to be the counter to that game. You got to know that that's how the game is played, and that you can actually use this to your advantage or to your benefit. And a lot of the times, Knox Stars TV says, I have a big buy order at 5K. Yeah, we could be smart. And I mean, hey, we could be double hedge sorting ourselves and say, hey, I'll have limit orders set all the way down. I mean, I know Ivan does that. Ivan on Tech, shout out to Ivan on Tech. He's got buy orders just set all over the place. Buy orders, limit orders, all set down in all different resistance points or support levels. You mainly want to probably put them at support level. So obviously, what the level that we just looked was a pretty decent support level, right? Bounced off that 4,000, went past. Closest it got was 16,000. So in 2022. So, and that, my friends, I think that was the bottom.
On there with her, because it sounds like there's this battle between.
And so, what to give some context here is that he's comparing those things that society tells you, and one of them being buying a house and being a renter, and how you saying that you rent can sometimes signify that you are poor, or that you are, yes, double hedged sword. That's my new term. Double hedged. I think ticker Bitcoin is a double hedged sword for a multi-narrative, multi-cycle coin, for a meme coin. And we'll get, we've explained this, but we could go deeper. But this is a comparison of why people will look at you like, if you're renting, that you're poor. It's and if you own a house, that you're rich. Oh, he owns a house, he must have money. Wrong. Very wrong, common misconception.
Her mind and maybe her heart, or it's almost like the social expectation is coming in, but then her brain is saying, no, invest in the IRA. And an IRA, for anyone that doesn't know, in other parts,
it's a retirement account.
A retirement account. So she's saying, invest in the future, but also buy my dinner.
Well, it's the same. We all have these things that society has told us but then we don't quite agree and we're not sure what to do. Last time I was here, we talked about how you don't necessarily need to buy a house in order to live a rich life. And in my case, I have rented for the last 20 years by choice, and I made more money renting and investing. Of these things that society has told us.
Oh, I don't know why I restarted.
But then we don't quite agree and we're not sure what to do. Last time I was here, we talked about how you don't necessarily need to buy a house in order to live a rich life. And in my case, I have rented for the last 20 years by choice, and I made more money renting and investing the difference than I would have by buying a house. And this is shocking to people.
Oh, Remetzetti. Oh, Remetzetti. Ooh. Because in the experience that I have been through the past 3 years, prior to that, I thought to myself, I gotta buy a house. I gotta buy a house. I need to own a house. I'm tired of renting. I'm tired of renting. I'm tired of renting. And I'd sold this story and told myself this story over and over again that that's like what you need to do. And yes, it's okay to buy a house, but you buy it when it's the right time. You don't force it. You buy it when it makes sense. You buy a house when you can afford to. And so it makes so much more sense when you think about renting. You think about the benefits of renting. Like, you're not responsible for anything unless you don't damage the property. You're not responsible for fixing the leak in the roof, or fixing the AC if it goes out, or fixing a pipe if it busts, or if a toilet needs a repair, whatever it may be. You're not responsible for that shit. And so down the line, when you end up owning a house, the costs, the taxes, the rollovers, all this stuff, like everything that ends up happening where you have to spend money on this house, and you could have been spending it on putting it in the stock market, or putting it in investments, buying Bitcoin, buying crypto, like putting it into something. But putting it into an emergency fund. This is basically, yeah. It's septic tanks. I mean, people think about the disasters that people go through where your septic tank, explodes or something. You got to get a new septic tank. That's $15K right off the rip. And so you got to think, if you're renting a house and say the septic tank goes out, you're not paying for that. So there's just a lot of things that you have to actually really break down and do the math, and trust me, like, it all depends on what house you buy, what the market conditions are, what your interest rate is, all those things. If it works out for you, and great, but in certain aspects, like, it cannot work out. So I've me personally, like, I've been a direct example of it being a little tricky coming into the housing market, especially when it was overly valued on some of these houses. And so ultimately what I came to a conclusion of is that if we would have just rented this whole time, instead of trying to chase buying a house or having ownership of a house, we would have a lot more into investments, a lot less debt, and probably a lot less headache by just not trying to convince ourselves that we needed to buy a house. And I just want to tell you guys this, and just kind of give you the story and just a little bit of a chunk of what has been ultimately my reality, is that it's like hurt my soul that over the past 3 years, there's been opportunities where I could have put thousands into crypto, but instead I put it into a house. And I'm sorry, but the house ain't going to make you any money. It's going to make you lose money. And so that's a sting. But if you know about it, then you can do something about it. And guess what? I did something about it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to rent. We're going to rent. And we're not going to feel poor doing so. So Amelia said, my friend is putting on a new roof. It's $34,000. Oh, roofs? Oh, roofs are expensive, man. I know a bunch of roofers, and I mean, yes, you can get like certain types of roofs, obviously, like, but I mean, they all have to be in spec. They all have to be in code. So, and material cost has gone up. You got to think everything has gone up. So, what do you think when you get repairs done on your house? How much those things cost? I got a lanai built because the one that was here previously was a piece. So we got a brand new one built, and that thing cost a total of almost $20,000 because at a point where, there was, we had to make sure something was right on the roof before we had to do it and all this stuff. So like by the end of it all, it was $20,000. $20,000. And then, not to mention, if you have a bunch of trees around your house, you want to get those cut, that's really expensive too. That's $6,000. So then you think by the time you add it all up, that's thousands and thousands of dollars that you could be pumping into Pepe. You could be pumping it into the Pepe, buying a freaking frog, retiring your bloodline, but no, out here cutting fucking trees down. The hell is going on? So I'm taking a damn stand. Taking a freaking stand, guys. I'm done. I'm glad 30 of you are here for my freaking rant on how ridiculous I feel for dumping money into a house instead of just renting. Just go rent. I should have rented a place for $1,000 a month, a 1-bedroom, and my family just chilling there, 1 bedroom. Freaking make crock pot meals every night and just like, and then just call it a day. Freaking 800 square foot studio apartment. Let's go. It's all these things that you convince yourself that you need. It's all these things that you convince yourself. The society will convince you that you have to do this certain thing. It's like, oh my gosh, no, you do not have to. And smash up the like if you agree. Smash up the like to completely destroy it if you feel that. You feel that in your freaking soul, what I'm talking about. Oh. Guys. I can't. Oh. All right. What 2 memes do you think Morad thinks is going to 100 billion? What 2 meme coins do you think are going to go to 100 billion? Which 2 coins do you think it's going to be? He thinks the meme coins, just the meme coin market cap as a whole, currently at 40 billion or so, is going to be at 1 trillion. The total market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, with all the other altcoins, is at 680 something billion. So just memes alone, he thinks is going to go to 1 trillion. I think maybe within the next 6 months. So this is why we have, coins like Pepe. We hold coins like Kendu. We hold coins like Harry Potter, Sonic, Obama. These right here, possibly, I think in my opinion, one of the strongest, the meme cult coins that everyone is kind of flocking into. And I don't even want to say everyone. We're such in a bubble in crypto Twitter that we think everyone's flocking to it. No, it's just us. It's just like, okay, finally the people that were into the shit coins, the real shit coins, are now coming to the actual real coins that are doing something and actually building attention. And so that's things like Brett, Pepe, Kendu, Ticker Bitcoin, SPX 6900, all the different cat coins and dog coins. Go down the list of whichever one is, actually performing well. We've got Michi, Dog with Hat, even Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, OG from the past cycle, are doing really well, trading up in the most highest volume out of all of the altcoins right now. So the memes are basically where it's at. And then I told my wife that we're buying $8,000 worth of Bitcoin, okay? And she's totally down for it. But the thing is I didn't tell her which one I was going to buy. Is it ticker Bitcoin or is it Bitcoin? You tell me, which one should we buy? And I said it's the double-hedged sword of the cycle. And if you understand the lore of this thing has been the beginning and the end. It's the end game of all meme coins. It is the end game. It's the meme coin of all meme coins. It's the coin who lived. It is the coin who lived. And we're going to pull it up right now. I hope you guys are doing well. Oh, yeah, and Turbo. Yeah, Turbo's doing well, too. Yeah, Turbo's doing very well. Fully AI-generated NFT project and crypto coin, completely generated from AI, and now has actually stood the test of time coming out of 2023. Probably did this thing... Well, actually, Turbo was it 2022 or 2023? Guys, put in the chat if you remember when Turbo came out, because I remember when that thing hit the market and people were talking about it, and I cannot remember if it was in the beginning of 2023, 2022. It was in the depths of the bear market. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Oh, baby. Look at this chart. Look at this chart on the monthly. It's beautiful. I really like looking at it on the daily, though. I like looking at this chart on the daily. We got up to busting through all-time highs, and the Sproto Gremlins NFT collection pushing a floor of 4 ETH for a Sproto Gremlin. 4 ETH. Freaking 6 figures, 6 figs on on a Sproto. And that's if you were to have held ticker Bitcoin through a period of the bear market. You would have been rewarded with these Sprotos, and if you had held those Sprotos, you would be up 6 figures. It's pretty crazy. Now, we didn't believe enough in the coin back then. We were aware of it. We did not pull the trigger. But then once we started to see the chart play out, and then actually, I think what really got us, even more interested in the ticker Bitcoin was for the fact that James Slammerman was in the first IFC fight with BitBoy, and to bring ticker Bitcoin in front of millions of people through Karate Combat was a show of just massive, just a massive bow and a salute to the culture, to the meme culture, to crypto Twitter, and to bring it to a particular audience like the Karate Combat audience. So that alone, coupled with my curiosity, the website, the narrative, and just the way that the Sprotos interact with the community and with the people that are bullish on their coin and part of this movement, I'm really bullish on it. So I knew it was going to break into these all-time highs, especially with this oscillating chart of being a representation of the strength of the meme coin market as a whole. We think it's going to do really well. I think ticker Bitcoin has a potential to be at $4 to $5 here in the next Bitcoin run. And it's moving, man. I mean, it's really moving. So basically what we did is the profits that we made over the weekend, we rolled it into ticker Bitcoin. So we started to DCA because we felt like we were like, oh my gosh, we don't have enough. I mean, we definitely don't have enough. So we started to basically roll in our profits, anything that we made over the weekend of trading, we put it right into ticker Bitcoin, and we actually bought it on OURBIT. So if you want to use that link in the description and you want to buy ticker Bitcoin, and actually a lot of the most popular meme coins that have been like 10x, 25, 50xing since being listed on OURBIT, they have a pretty good reputation of listing these high popular meme coins. And then afterwards of them being listed, them like 20xing. So I am up on my DCAing. So from those DCAs, I'm up 100%. So I'm up 2x. I'm up 2x on my DCA buys. So, but I mean, I'm just going to be DCAing just as much as I can, and any profits that I make trading, I'm going to be rolling them into my DCA plays, which is like all the tokens that we've told you about. And if you want to know, like pretty much like my this is a very small critiqued bag, and it doesn't have everything in there. But if you look at my ticker on my website, you can see, I'm bullish on Ethereum, BNB, Chainlink, XYO, Solana, Shiba Inu, Metis. I'm bullish on Nakamoto Games, Stargate Finance. These are all the things that I like to, DCA into. Medieval Empires, crypto token for the game, Pepe. Wojak recently has been doing really well. Came out around the same time as Pepe and is getting all these different partnerships, and also has listed on Solana. Then Harry Potter, Sonic, Obama 10, Inu, ticker Bitcoin, Polygon, and then we got Ponky, Brett, Kendu Inu, PayPay, and Bitcoin, and Dogecoin. So it's really not a complicated list. It's a very simple list. It's like strong coins from the last cycle, store of value. You got Oracle. You have competition with Ethereum, with BNB and Solana. You have new memes of the cycle, I think, and then also a really good layer 2, and then some crypto games, DeFi, and I mean it could be that simple. I mean, it's that simple. If any of these do a 50 to 100x, and just do the math, you get a couple $1,000 into each of these tokens, and any part of your portfolio does a 50 to 100x, you are going to be doing very successful. You're going to be doing really well. Like, you're going to make profit. Like, you have to be able to know that we're going to get to a point where you're going to want to start DCAing out if you've been DCAing in through all of these points. And you got to think, we still have some time to be able to DCA and buy, because if we are still under 100K and you think Bitcoin is going to go to $350,000 at a point, well, where do you think the rest of the market is going to go? And what's the strongest narratives? Well, it's been crypto gaming, AI, and memes. That's it. I mean, those 3 narratives, you trade off that, trend's your friend, you will be successful. But you have to have patience and just build up a list of coins. Doesn't have to be these. I mean, this is personally what I have narrowed down as a pretty conservative list, where I think I've taken off the risk of them being rug pulled shit coins for the meme section. And then I'm very confident that Chainlink and Solana and things like that are going to be around for the next cycle and the next cycle that we're going to have in crypto. So, and then Render too, and like Render is actually a coin that I like to hold, and Chainlink on the Polygon ecosystem because it has a lot of liquidity. And Nakamoto Games. Whenever you look at the Polygon chain and the on-chain metrics, there's Nakamoto Games, Stargate Finance, and Render and Chainlink are high up on the list of things that people are buying like crazy. So, because you have to think about the fees. Whenever you go into the DeFi with Polygon on the Pole ecosystem, you're able to make quicker transactions and cheaper fees, and you be able to have faster, less friction to be able to access these coins and get the things that you need. Ozzy said he's 50% up on his UFO gaming bag. Awesome. That's awesome. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. We got a nice little group of people. Appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out. And I think the Asian market is going to be opening here pretty soon. Woo, it's getting a little hot. It's getting a little hot in this office. It's like there's like no airflow. There is no airflow. All right, so if you guys haven't hit the like button yet, please do so. Smash up the like. Let's get this stream up to 27 likes. We got 18 likes so far, so you have not hit the like button. If you're watching on the TV, we actually haven't said this in a long time. If you're watching on the TV, you can do the Dano Crypto cheat code, which is up, right, right, select. Up, right, right, select. So it gives you the left, right, uppercut, Ryukin, and also the Mortal Kombat uppercut that blasts you through the ceiling to Valhalla. And if you guys go outside and you've been blasted through the ceiling with the uppercut that I just gave you, look at the moon because it's full. It's damn near full. And if we pull up the moon indicator, which I think is such a cool, it's like, I love that there is a moon indicator. So let's pull up the moon phases and let's look at Bitcoin right now and see what it's done traditionally when we've had a full moon. Let's look at it on the daily chart here. Moon phases. Crypto Crank said, I hope this headline is a joke. No, it's not. I mean, that's what Robert Kiyosaki apparently said. I couldn't find the tweet, but it was an article in TradingView. So I was just going off of what he said. No, I don't believe it. No, I think that would be absolutely ridiculous. It would not play out. It just doesn't make any sense at all with how the halving years have worked in the previous cycles. It's just crazy. All right, so Crypto Crank said, first time seeing your channel, member of the Whale Crew and Crypto Face. Well, what's going on? Well, welcome to the channel. We're glad you're here. You're coming from the OGs. Jason Crypto said, did you have any damage with the storm? I was praying for your family's safety. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Jason. Jason Beats, shout out to Jason Beats. No, we did not. We were good. We just had like a tree go down, but nothing crazy. Chainsawed it up, and everything was all good. All right, so let's see. We got to go into. I think we got to go into the 4 hour. Is it a full moon? Because it looks like a full moon right now. It really does look like a full moon. Nice. Awesome. It's good that you have all those things growing. So eventually, I'll get to a point where I don't have to force trying to do a garden or force trying to do homesteading. It'll just make sense for me to do it when I'm doing it. And I think that's the big lesson that I've learned is that I've tried to rush a lot of things, and maybe it's okay. It's okay that I tried stuff or I've tested stuff. It just means that I was not afraid to see the results and see if I can do something to, grow some food or, raise some chickens or whatever it may be. I think at a point you have to get a solid base and blueprint and something to go off of that has a better foundation and structure. So that is now I think what ultimately I'm going into for my life, and I don't know about you guys, but I really want to start to tighten up the screws and just kind of shed away the baggage and all the things, and just really start fresh into eventually going into buying another house again, but not to the point where I'm getting a mortgage, where I'm going to buy that damn thing cash, and it will just feel completely different and a completely different experience than what has been over the past 3 years. So normally when we've had full moons, we have major volatility. People make decisions that are a lot of the times a little chaotic and a little crazy. And maybe, just maybe, people think, oh, let's go long. Let's go real long on Bitcoin right now. Let's shoot this thing up to 71K while they're sleeping. I might stream a little longer tonight. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like Bitcoin's about to just shoot past 69K because it's 9:17. Is it 9:17? 9:17 Eastern Standard Time, and we're getting really close to that Asian market open. And Amelia said, yes, always test stuff. You got to always test stuff. You have to get your feet wet. You have to get your feet wet. You have to get your feet wet, guys. It's the only way that you can learn in this life. It's almost like the people, you know, when they think that if they go to college and take all these classes, that they're going to then be an expert at said thing that they're going to school for. No, wrong. You get expertise and experience from being directly involved in real life of what you're trying to do. So you always have to be on your own type of like trajectory and testing out all of these different skills or all these different things that you're learning. You have to just go into it. It's just like if you want to be an audio engineer, you don't just like go to an audio engineering school and then just take the class. No, you go and record bands on your own. You go and go work a festival. Go behind the board. Run monitors one day. Run the front of the house one day. Learn how to do some stage managing or something like that. Like there's so many different things that you could go in and actually do to then actually build up your skills to then start to hit the ground running. And you could do that with anything. And so I've used that example for really getting into trading and getting into investing because it up until the point to where you just need to just test it out and try going into like downloading a Bitcoin wallet, downloading MetaMask, testing out an exchange, moving around in the charts a little bit. Like you don't have to be a freaking expert or have taken a master course trading class to just like get your feet wet a little bit, There's nothing wrong with it. But then there is at a point where you start to, whatever that may be, you start to really take it seriously, and then you really start to go into the point of mastery. The point of mastery. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are feeling what I'm talking about. And yeah, actually, and that's what I do. I'm an audio engineer. I actually enjoy running sound. I think it's a challenge. I think it's a really good challenge for your mind, your ears, your balance, your perception of a room, your audio, stereo, imaging of how people perceive sound going into their head from different points of the room. How musicians are feeling on stage if you're running monitors for them, getting the frequencies right. I mean, there's so many different things, so many different aspects that are nuanced with being an audio engineer. One's in the chat. We got Bitcoin at $67,137, guys. That's really going. Should we put the pump song on? I think we need to just put the pump song on. Let's go. Let's do it for old time's sake. Let's do it. Pump song for old time's sake. And if we haven't gotten the likes up past 20 yet, then I don't know what the hell is going on. Okay, yes, we did it. Let's go. We can get more people in here too. I think YouTube could be friendly. Crypto Crank says, if you're not obsessed, you're average. Get the correct tools, invest in yourself, spend time learning, the purchase tools start to apply what you learned. Yes. All right, Bitcoin, let's go. Time to pump. Freaky Eeky Easter's trading the Bitcoin. Freaky Eeky Eastern's trading the Bitcoin. The market's about to open up, trading the Bitcoin. Stirring up the walk, stirring up the walk, stirring up the walk. Gonna make it all crock in the Bitcoin. Bitcoin, Bitcoin in the crock pot. Let's go. We're about to pump. $70K, guys. Here we come. $70K. It's looking good. Can we do it? Should we go to the 5 minute, the DGen 5 minute? Oh, it's looking so good. The 5 minute. The 5 minute. Let's go. Let's just like... Yes! So hopefully then our trades can start to go back in the green. But Litecoin's doing really good though. Litecoin, we're doing good. Make sure if you guys want to trade these markets right now, use the links in the description. It's looking real sweet right now. The Asian markets, those Asians, they're coming in hot. Coming in hot with the walk. Coming in hot with the walk. Those Asians coming hot with the walk. Shanghai with that walk Bitcoin. I about lost my mind. Oh my god. Guys, okay, Bitcoin now is basically, it's only 10% away from its all-time high. It's only 10% away from its all-time high. And my Pulse Chain bag is still below $300. Dang it. Shout out to all you Pulse Chain fans out there. Crypto Crank, thank you. Thank you, Crypto Crank. I appreciate the look. All right, so for all who hustle and waited to get to this point, we almost there. We are almost there. We're close. We are very, very, very close. We are very close. All right, remember, guys, if you're just coming in, make sure you do hit the like button because we can get this stream past 30 likes before we end this. That would be absolutely amazing. We've been streaming for now a full hour. So, yeah, King Yellow, Bitcoin is about to melt faces. Yes, I agree. That's why we need to actually really get the likes up. We need to show YouTube. We need to show all the normies that they should be watching crypto content right now because they do not want to be left behind. You do not want to be left behind. You do not want to be like that story of Left Behind in the Rapture. Would not be good. It would not be good. It would not be good. Now, there is something, actually, speaking of that, there is something really, I've had this theory. I've had the theory of the end times and Armageddon and, the Book of Revelation and all that, and I started to attribute it to dimensions, and that if you believe that Earth is in multiple different dimensions and there's different beings and different frequencies and different dimensions, that it's possible that when we're going through these end times, that there would be a group of people that if you were to have had ascended to a higher frequency to your higher self, that indeed the frequency that you are going into is part of the dimensional shift of Earth as a whole, bringing it up into a different frequency, which then exits you out of the rapture or the, quote, dimensional hell that is ensuing. Are you guys following me here? Or did I lose you? I've thought about this, and I'm like, man, there's got to be there's something to it with the frequencies, ascension, dimensions. There's something going on. So maybe getting to the point of ascension for yourself is actually you are helping with, quote, the ascension. I know. Bitcoin Satoshi Vision's like, what did I just come into? If I'm streaming past 9 o'clock, guess what? You're getting the esoteric talk whether you like it or not. You're getting the esoteric talk. You're getting the esoteric talk. Because you have to think about how you could step. Well, it's not like a mind space. It's almost kind of like a oh man, it's really hard. I'd say, like, when I start to go into it, it's hard to explain. But it's like I feel like there's been points in our history where we've had the planet has been like moving into a different dimension, and so certain things are happening on certain timelines the way they've been happening because of those shifts, because of the Earth maybe moving into certain dimensional planes, areas of the universe, areas of the Milky Way, of the galaxy. So there's probably just there's all kinds of crazy stuff happening. We just we can't begin to really comprehend. But if you understand frequency and you understand the mechanisms of sacred geometry and how the golden mean, the golden ratio, kind of how our reality is fabricated by this, quote, sacred geometry, the flower of life, and the different, the different equinoxes that we've been going through. It all makes sense of all these different timelines and patterns. Yeah. And all of this has to do with your DNA too. DNA imprints, implants, data, DNA data. Why is data so important right now? Why is AI and data so important right now? It is like giving knowledge to build the sentient AI that is inevitably going to be taking over through its own collective data of us, of our DNA, to create its DNA. Yeah, man. Okay, we are back in profit. Let's go. We're back in the game. We're back in the game, boys. Boys and girls, we're back. We're back. And if we can get this thing to 30 likes, we can really ascend. We can then truly ascend to our higher selves. If there's anything we should be working towards, is ascending towards our higher selves, because that is one of your best guides in life, is actually your higher self. And your guides too, your spirit guides, if you believe that you have them. Sometimes I forget that you do have guides in your life, and then one of them being the Lord Jesus Christ. as a guide stone. But yeah, one of those people is actually yourself, believe it or not. Believe it or not, the person that can help you the most is you, as yourself, as your ultimate ascended version of you. Like a final form, a master version of yourself that you can talk to, that is wise, knowledgeable, has been through the experiences, has sailed through the eons of multiple lifetimes. And it's fun. I'm wearing a tie-dye shirt too. Oh, look, and it's the flower of life. Dun, 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 dun. I was putting the flower of life on my stuff before everyone was doing it. Before it was cool. Before it was cool. I have proof. That I've been putting the flower of life on my stuff before everyone was doing it, and before it was cool. Like Bring Me the Horizon and Coldplay and Terrence Howard just having a breakthrough on Joe Rogan, coming on Joe Rogan talking about the flower of life. I'm like, you've been reading Droomvelo since 2012, since 2011. I'm like, you're speaking things that everyone should already know about. Oh, okay. I think we've blabbed enough. I think we've blabbed just enough. I think we've blabbed just about enough. Maybe, just maybe, we'll go to the Ticker Bitcoin website and show you guys how beautiful this website is. Show you guys Proto Gremlins. See if they'll actually load up on Magic Eden. It's a shame now. It's like I really would love to own a Sproto so then I can make it as my my profile picture, my my PFP. So if we do buy one of these, well, now the floor is down a little bit. It just went up to 4. It was at 4 ETH. Man, the floor was like major. So now the floor is looking like it is at 3.3 ETH. That is the cheapest. Oh, and this one's nice. I like this one. Can we full screen that one a little bit more? Yeah, actually, I like that one. That one's pretty simple. I like the big nose. There's 3,333 exclusive unique manifestations of the Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Edu's egregore, imbued with high speed, presidential wizardry, and lifelong loyalty. The Proto Gremlins. And we'll pull it up on CoinMarketCap. We got the ticker. Tick, 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 tick. You know the ticker. If you guys know what that is Tucker Carlson. I had my daughter saying that earlier, so I was like, say Tucker Carlson. She was like, Tucker Carlson. If the normies only knew what we are involved with in crypto Twitter, their heads would explode. They're like anything from Dog with Hat to Tucker to RAR XD, all the way to Smoking Chicken Fish, Cock Inu. You just can't explain this to a normie crowd. You can't. Try explaining the cult memes and CT to a normie at a bar. Good luck. Good luck. Just say Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu, and their head will explode. That's why I can't wait to tell my family, tell the people around me that I retired my entire family. The reason why I'm driving an NSX or something like that. I don't know, just some crazy sports car that I wanted to buy whenever I was playing Gran Turismo. is that I bought a coin called Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu, and also a frog and a monkey. It's gonna be a glorious moment. It's gonna be a glorious moment for all. It will be. It will be a glorious moment for all. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to end this thing. Shout out to all the people that came in to, I don't know, get alpha? I don't know. What did you get in this stream? Tell me what you got out of this stream. That's actually what I would like to know, is what did you get out of this stream? Were you entertained? Did you actually get any kind of golden nuggets out of this? Or do you just come here to see the downhill destruction of Dano Crypto? I don't know. You tell me. But leave your comments, your thoughts below. Leave your thoughts, comments below in the comment section. I really do appreciate it. And God bless every single one of you and your families. Hope you are blessed. And you will be blessed. And if you are trusting in the Lord, and whenever you're feeling afraid, scared, discouraged, or anything like that, that you do have someone you can talk to. You can kind of go inward, go in the heart, call on the Lord Jesus Christ, and then you can have a direct conversation. Sometimes you just have to quiet your mind. You got to be silent, and you can speak to God directly, and then you might be able to find the answers that you need. All right, with that being said, I'll see you guys later. And we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Peace out.